everyone.
Hi.
I'm back for another Facebook Live. I'm here with my friend Sara. And we wanted to talk about this very important topic because it's something that's been silenced for way too long. And if you saw my video this morning about projection and how to handle projections, this is, in my opinion, like one of the worst ways someone can project their energy onto you. So I wanted to bring Sara in to share her very recent experience, and I'm going to ask you guys to just send her a lot of love. Her experience happened very, very recently, and so it's still very raw, still very emotional, and yet you know that I believe in that raw emotion comes a lot of power, and Sara is really, really empowered right now, so I wanted to bring her with me and share. So why don't we start out just sharing as much of the story as you would like, just to give people a background and understanding what you've been through.
Okay. So on 7/7/17, it was right before the full moon, so there was all of that intense energy going on. I was raped at the healing center that I worked at, and I have a history of rape, and this was by far the most aggressive, just worst case situation. And I don't feel like I need to get too into the details of that. But the feelings around it, and after it happened, just curling into the fetal position and feeling like I was going to die. And I have a history of drug abuse from blocking out all the other times I had been raped, which was, it felt like I was kind of at that point. It was like, okay, you can either, try and stuff this down again and deal with it the way you've normally dealt with it in the past, or you can really face this head on. So I chose to face it head on. And this past week, just by voicing it and making it real and finding a safe person to tell got me to tell my sister, and that got me to go to the hospital. And I don't know if anyone has had the rape kit, but it's aggressive, and the things that you have to go through in this process, and sit with a detective for 2 days and just go through the detail by detail by detail, and then learning the statistics out of 1,000 women who report a rape, 13 of those go to trial, 7 get prosecuted. That is the culture that we are in right now. Let's put a Band-Aid over everything. Let's just keep covering it and masking it and hiding it. And this needs a voice. 1 in 3 women are raped. But I guarantee you that every woman has an experience of that being violated. It might not be an aggressive attack or a rape, but having that moment of, I don't want to do something, but I'm feeling pressured into doing something. But because I didn't say no, or because, the things that we do, like, we all have that feeling in that moment of just like, I'm not feeling strong enough. I can't do this. Like,
let's even talk about some of the more subtle forms that we were talking about earlier that aren't like, outright aggressive rape, but something that even energetically, like an energetic kind
absolutely
of rape. So talk to us about that.
So you could be, standing in a room, and a man walks in and he looks you up and down and does that, you can feel that dirty energy, that like the sticky,
yeah.
It's just, you don't feel good. That is a form of rape. We should not have to feel that. It's okay to be a beautiful woman and to own your beauty. There is beauty in this world, but there is a clean and a healthy way. And to get consent from a woman, to get that acknowledgement, to look at her in the eyes and say, is this appropriate? may I kiss you? Like, getting the consent. Because too many times it's just like a boom, right there. And it's like you don't have that time to even understand what's going on. Right. It's just you're already in that situation. Yeah. And that's a good thing to bring up too, is like this past experience that I had, it was like there was moments where I was going back and like blaming and shaming myself, like, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that. No. Be gentle with yourself, because in that moment you don't have that time. You go into fight or flight and shock. Your body is in shock. Yeah. So in that moment, you're doing everything that you can do to survive. You're doing what you need to do to get out of that situation. So it's like, even to go as far as like saying, okay, if I brought this upon myself because I booked this massage for somebody who I had previous relations with, not knowing that, obviously, if I knew that he was going to come in there and attack me, I would have never done it. But I'm not going to sit here and blame myself and say, it's my fault that I got raped because I booked a massage for somebody that I had a previous relationship with.
This is really important, and we talked about this in an earlier conversation, that there's a difference between kind of the law of attraction thing, when, you know, you're vibrating a certain thing within you and you attract that to you, or you're playing a very specific role as part of your soul mission. Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you speak a little to that, what this is for you?
So for me, this is reclaiming lifetime after lifetime after lifetime of abuse and just not using my voice. This is, even if this man doesn't go to jail or I don't, at this point, I'm reclaiming my power right now. Yeah. By using my voice.
Yes.
And it's crazy and it feels insane, and the fear that has been coming up, I just have to walk through it because this is my mission. And this is a huge part of why I'm here, to bring awareness to the world. Because...
So you talked really fast over the fear thing. I want to go back to that, because this is for everyone, whether you've experienced rape or whatever. This is for everyone, this walking through the fear. And I know exactly what you're talking about. Not the same situation.
Yeah.
That I've,
you can relate this to anything. Yeah.
Tell us about the fear and what you've been feeling.
So in this situation, every single step that I've taken in the past week, so even taking the step to voice it to somebody out loud, that was so much fear, because I just, in my own head, it was like, I brought this upon myself, and there's shame, and just like, people are going to judge me. It's judgment. It's the judgment piece right there that is so big. Like, what are people going to think of me? I'm dirty. It's all of this, like, nonsense that goes on in our head. So by each step that I'm taking and facing that fear, it's getting easier. It's almost like I just know that if I can feel that fear, I have to go there. It's not even an option. It's like, oh, there's fear, go. Like, I've never done a Facebook Live. Like, this actually would normally terrify me, and I'm sitting here doing it, and I'm facing that fear.
I so honor you.
And I'm alive. I'm not dead, so it's going to be okay.
You're doing it. And people are hearing what you're saying. That's amazing. Yeah, I really, really honor your courage and your ability to walk through the fear. This is really important, especially as things are coming more to light right now on our planet. Things are coming to the surface. We as empaths are feeling the fear, either from within ourselves or from the collective, and our job is to keep going forward, to keep moving forward. And every person you tell, every thing you do to expose this, every woman you empower through your story and your voice is like another level of stepping through that fear. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about the judgment part too.
Okay.
Because there's so much stigma and judgment around this.
So much judgment.
I think it's important to realize what happens in that moment when, and whether it's a man or a woman, you know, women can rape women, men
Absolutely.
can rape men. What, you know, when that person is coming towards you, and you go into fight, fright, or flight, I think it's important to highlight that, because we can look at someone and say, oh, well, they should have fought back, or oh, they should have done this, or they should have said this, or whatever.
And that's what you normally get. It's like, well, why didn't you scream? Like, why didn't you punch him? Why didn't you?
Yeah.
And so by voicing it, and people that haven't been in that situation, of course their mind's going to go there. It's like, well, why wouldn't you have done this differently or that differently? But when your body goes into shock and you go into fight or flight, as a woman, having a man who is that dominant, arrogant, ego-based energy, and they come at you so quickly that it's like, if I would have tried to fight, I would have gotten hurt even more. So your body, you just go into shock. And because I screamed no, I said no repeatedly. I said, I don't want to have sex. And it was...
Which was amazing you had the presence even to do that.
And it was forced. It was a forced action. It was violent. It was like, to the point where my massage table broke in half. Like, this was not... It was a violent attack. And... yeah, just the fact that I even said, like, if I didn't say no, then it probably would have been easy for me to be like, oh, it wasn't rape, it wasn't because our minds just play tricks on us, because we've been so conditioned by society, and we've made this normal. Like, 80% of women don't speak up, and then you have that fear of having to face the person that attacked you. Like, if it goes to trial, you have to sit there and
see that person.
Yeah, and make it even more, like, it's almost like the system is set up to re-victimize you if you come forward. Yeah. And that right there is what needs to shift. So the more of us that are able to even just to use our voices with each other as a community, as a collective, that's going to shift the energy. So it's like, not to just say, like, okay, everyone needs to just, like, if something happened, go and press charges, do that. It doesn't even need to go that far. It needs to be reclaiming that power and that voice, because that piece of you, it's in there. I promise, like, the pieces of you that are having fear to use your voice and to step forward in anything in your life, like, there's those pieces that are stagnant in your body that need to come out.
And you know what? Also, we talked about, like, when you shared this with me, I immediately it was like, oh, she needed a quick, and I don't mean to be, like, take this lightly, and you know this, like, she needed a quick root chakra activation to mobilize her into power, because she's a powerful woman with a message to share, and it was time to, like, really light it up.
Exactly what I see now, and that's why I'm able to talk about it right now.
And I want to highlight that, because I know a lot of you out there are ready to activate your spiritual gifts. You're ready to activate your power. And I would invite you to just start doing it, taking some inspired action steps forward, instead of having something like this, you know, something so traumatic, like a 2x4 hit you over the head. You know, when I was sick, I wasn't listening. I wasn't listening to my body. I wasn't listening. I didn't know how. I had to get really sick in order to wake up. And it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's my point in saying all of this. You can call in the path of ease and grace for your awakening, for your activations.
Yes, yes, that's recommended.
You know, it takes a really powerful woman, takes a really powerful being to take something like this and turn it into a mobilization of your power. And that's what I see with you, Sara, is that you're mobilizing your power. You've, instead of, you know, numbing yourself out with drugs or whatever, you're saying, okay, I'm ready to go now. And by the way, we used this before we got on the Facebook Live today. This is Sara's blend, actually, called Women Arising. Sara works with women empowerment.
Go figure.
So now you have like a really solid foundation under you to really be powerful.
Yeah.
So Sara makes these really amazing essential oil blends. She can comment, after we're done with this, if she wants to share any information about that. But I want to also talk about this competition with other women, how that relates to the energies of rape, and why it's important for us as women to support each other and not compete against each other.
Yes.
And, all of that. So tell us a little bit about that.
Oof. Okay. What's coming through right now is we have a huge body image issue with our society. Even for myself, like I have breast implants. The way that I view myself is I'm getting there, I'm getting better, but as a society, it's like this need to be perfect and skinny and all the things. And as a society, we are so competitive with each other. Instead of joining together and helping each other grow and rise, like as a collective, it's very like, oh, well, she's better at this and this and this, and then you feel like you need to overcompensate that, and then competing over men. Excuse my language, why the fuck are we competing over men? There's so many men out there, and it's like, it's almost like a game. It's like this societal thing, like just competition. And it blows my mind. It blows my mind.
What can we do about it? How can we change it?
We can come together as women, authentically share our truths and what we want out of life and what we don't want, and the sticky things that none of us want to talk about, but the things that need to come out, because that's where we are headed, like to evolve, to ascend to that where we all want to be. Like we all want to be in peace and community, and
so dropping the judgment. Accepting each other.
Acceptance, yes. And to take off the masks, like just take off the mask. We don't need it anymore. Be real, be you.
Yeah.
Be raw, be open, be messy. Yeah. Like healing is not pretty. Like it's like
I say that a lot.
Like
it's not always easy.
It's not always light and love, and yes, there is light and love, but like in this darkness that I'm in, like I'm not about to like pour a bunch of light on it, because I need the darkness to come out, because that's where the strength is, and that's
you are pouring light on it.
Oh.
Just by being in your voice, just by sharing what you're saying, what you have to share, you are pouring light on it.
Okay.
And as the darkness comes out, it's messy, it's icky, it's it's painful, it's raw, but it's very powerful. This rawness is where the power is.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I want to share something that I've learned for myself that's been very powerful in navigating as a woman who wants to express her beauty and not be, not receive the ick factor from men. So what I've worked very diligently with is embodying my divine feminine. And when I say embodying, it's like this integration of my divine feminine energy, this integration of I'm powerful, I'm beautiful, it's okay that I'm beautiful, it's okay if I express my beauty and not hide it. So the way I grew up was, modesty, like, you can't show your shoulders, you can't show, you have to wear long skirts and, all this stuff. And to first know and accept myself as a beautiful woman, like, doesn't matter what I look like. That's not even what I'm talking about. Like, I'm a beautiful woman because of who I am, because I'm me, because of how I've created myself, all of those things. To accept and acknowledge that within myself is a form of integrating my divine feminine. It's this acceptance and non-judgment. So I embody that acceptance. I am beautiful. I am that woman. And I remember the first time I like really got this really powerfully. I hiked up Cathedral, and I was wearing this tank top that was see-through, and I had a bra underneath, but you could see my bra. And for me, that was like, I'm showing so much of myself. But I was very in my power, like I was very centered with it. And not one person, man or woman, looked at me funny, gave me icky energy. Like, it was like they didn't even notice. You know, it was just like normal that I was just, you know, wearing this see-through top.
I'm so glad you said that.
It wasn't a big deal. It was because I was integrated with my energy. I was accepting my beauty. It's the women who, and I'm not like judging you or you know any of that, but I see it a lot. It's the women who doubt themselves. It's the women who don't acknowledge their beauty. These are the women that feel the ick factor from men. And not to say that, you know, I haven't felt any ick from men since that, because I have, but I know how to navigate it now. It's like,
that's amazing. Okay,
that's weird that you're like looking at me that way, or, you know, giving me that energy, but that's not who I am, so you do what you have to do with that. But I'm, you know, I'm here, I'm me, I'm centered in my energy. Guys, it goes back to being with your energy. I know I talk about this all the time, but this is so powerful. It applies for every single situation. It needs to be repeated, yes. When you're with your energy, when you're with your energy, the people around you, your environment, your circumstances, situations, don't have power over you when you're with your energy. And that's how we need to learn to do that as light workers, to be powerful in creating heaven on earth, the change that we desire on this planet. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah. It's really important because a lot of women don't actually know how to do that.
Right.
They don't know how to be with their energy. They don't know how to be with their beauty, accept their body, you know. It's pretty amazing to me, and it's not about, you know, what size or shape you are. It's about how you carry yourself, how you know who you are, your value and worth, your essence.
Yeah.
Like allowing yourself to like acknowledge all of that and be with that.
To love every part of yourself unconditionally. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm really amazed at your ability, you know, this is very recent, 7/7/17. I'm really amazed at your ability to be talking about this already. Being vocal, sharing your voice the way you are, and this is a
really completely new thing for me too. Like I don't.
You are so ready to just be out there in the world.
See me, hear me. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys, isn't she so beautiful?
Oh,
like she's just gorgeous. I mean, your spirit and your power. Like, okay, sitting beside you, I feel your power. I feel like the essence vibrating in your cells. Like, you know, I feel it. She's right here. I can touch her.
It's like making me shake. Thank you. Thank you.
And it's so powerful that you're able to share your voice. So I just really want to acknowledge you.
Thank you.
And is there anything else you want to say? Like, you know, talking about your essential oils and the blends you make, or talking about
well, I am an aroma intuitive. I customize essential oil blends for your specific needs. I pull in like astrology. Basically, I'll just have a little session with you, figure out where you're at in life, what your intentions are, and then I customize a blend that only you will have. Like it's your specific blend for your body.
So cool.
And my website's changewithchance.net, and
we'll type that in the comments later.
Type that in there. Just thank you for hearing me. Thank you for hearing me. It's been really powerful for me, so thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah. Now, I know there are probably some women who are going to watch this later or who have been watching who want to reach out to you, connect with you,
Absolutely.
learn from you,
Absolutely.
what's the best way that they can connect with you that's a safe container and space for you?
You can email me at sarachance46@hotmail.com. Or if you go to my website, I have a little comment thing that will go straight to my email too. I'm working on a new Facebook page right now because I completely deleted my old one because it had all the negative chords with all the negative men and everything. So I am rebranding myself. So my new Facebook page will be out soon. It will have all of the women empowerment. It will have, a survivor, all of the good stuff. So I'll have that out soon. So yeah.
Do you want to share your physical location if any women?
Oh, I'm in San Diego. But I can do, even if you want like your own customized blend, we can have a phone session and I can mail you the blend too, so we can do that.
Awesome.
So yeah, and I'm completely available to anyone and everyone that has questions, or if anything came up during this that you're feeling that you might have suppressed or you need a little more clarity on, or you're feeling confused about, feel free to reach out. Please reach out. And I would be happy to be a support.
That's so generous.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That is my mission. So I'm here. I'm showing up. I'm here.
That's beautiful. I want to ask you guys to share this video. We've actually had lower viewership than some. I'm wondering if it's because I put rape in the title.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
It's a tough topic.
It's hard to. No, I don't want to make that affirmation. I was going to say it's hard to watch. It's hard to be with. But no, it's very powerful. It's powerful to be with. And it's powerful for all those who have tuned in. So, thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
You're awesome too.
Thank you.
Please share this video if you feel inspired. This is a message that needs to get out there because Sara is really a champion for women using their voice, and she's leading by example, which is how we need to do it. So, this is a very powerful topic.
Yeah.
So I want more people to watch this video and hear this message. So please share as you feel called. And along the topic of empowerment, you guys know I'm leading a retreat here in Sedona, October 19th through the 22nd. It's called Unlock Your Power. So it's time. If you want to activate your spiritual gifts, if you want to learn how to step up and share your voice like Sara has done, if you want to learn how to be in your power like Sara has done, it doesn't matter what your story is, where you've been, where you come from. None of that matters. What we do in the retreat is we get to your soul essence, we get to your core so that you can unlock the true power of who you are from that heart space, from your soul essence. So if you feel inspired to join us, you can go to creationtemple.com/retreat and put your registration in there. And I also, some of you have seen, I have a crystal grid. For those of you who feel called to attend the retreat, you're not quite sure how you're going to get here, you're not quite sure what the path is for you, but you feel very strongly called to be here, put your name in the comments below. Say, yes, I want to come to the retreat, and I'll put your name in the crystal grid so we can start to physicalize your presence here and get that manifestation going for you. I'm infusing the grid with magic and miracles, and I want that for all of you, regardless of whether you attend the retreat or not, but specifically those who want to be part of the retreat. Give me your name and I'll put it in the crystal grid. So thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing the video. We appreciate and love you.
Thank you.
Thanks for all who have joined us today and all who are watching the replay. We love you. We appreciate you. And we are champions for your empowerment. Yeah. Woo! No sister. Love you guys.
Love you.